So, guys, I mean, a lot of Bulls fans I saw over, from last night into this morning saying the MPJ argument on Bulls Twitter. Bless your hearts, Bulls fans.
Bless your hearts.
People have opinions.
Man.
MPJ. And the thing is, Bulls fans have had opinions about MPJ going back to when he was coming into the draft.
This is a fact. No. Mike, listen, he's good. I don't think anybody's debating that he's good. But the way I've been reading people speaking about him, I'm like, slow down. What are we talking about and discussing right here? This is Zach LaVine. It's not even close who's better. Well, he's younger and he grabs more rebounds. It's literally an argument I read. He's younger and he gets more rebounds than Zach.
He is averaging 7 boards this season. He averaged 7 boards last season.
Great job. Awesome.
Aren't the Bulls still top 5 in defensive rebounding percentage?
That part there.
Is that what you're worried about right now?
Seriously, man. Listen, and I'm at probably a much different level as far as what I want back from this trade because I really didn't care who we were getting back. I was like, cool, great. You could have said any name, Will, and I was like, I would be like, fine.
Greg Braggs.
Yup, I'm with it. Sign him up. Give it to me right now, Greg Braggs. All right, great. He's got 6 fouls.
Braggs.
He's got 6 fouls and a jump shot to give. I'm with it. Let's run
2
it.
busted ACLs.
Yeah, man. Oh, man, he needs rest. Have a rest, Greg Braggs, and then let everybody else play. But I didn't care what they got that. It's great that you get a guy like Michael Porter Jr. back. I mean, he's young. I'm not saying he can't play. He's 18-7, who's shooting well, good over 50%. He shoots well from the three-point line. He can't shoot free throws for some reason this year. But he is a really good basketball player. Like, obviously. Like, we wouldn't be having this discussion if he wasn't. I just did not care if he came with, because I'm like, if he comes here, cool. Because that's a guy who can't create his own shot. And they're going to need shot creators on this team for the Bulls. Or maybe he works well in the offense that Billy is running right now. Because I can see him in that fit as well. Moving the ball, rotating the ball, letting it spread, let everybody get a touch. And then, him taking a three-point shot or him putting on the floor twice, pull-up jumper or something like that. I can see how he can help this offense and do things like that. But also, what my brain is on this. And that's, I need these L's going down. I need them. And I think Michael Porter Jr. will definitely help with that, especially if I'm depending on him to be a number 1 or number 2 option on this team. He's good, yes, but he is better, as he's shown, as a 4th option. He is even better as a number 4 option because that's what he was when they won the championship.
In their run to the chip, sometimes it was
sometimes
third option, Gordon's 4th, and sometimes vice versa.
Sometimes vice versa, but if you're just looking at the pecking order team, it was definitely Aaron Gordon that was going to be that 3. If he was off, then it was Michael Porter Jr. who was like, oh, he's on. You are now the number 3 option because you're hitting all the buckets. This is different. This is, dude, I need you to go out here and do everything. I don't know if he's ready or prepared to do that. I haven't seen him do that, which makes me happy.
Well, I think there's a lot of interesting things about it from the Bulls' perspective. Like, for example, I mean, we've talked for years about how many guards this team has.
Yeah. Oh my
How
goodness.
nice would it be to have 6'10" Porter Jr., 6'8" Patrick Williams, 6'10" Modest Buzelis,
Ooh, talk to me.
6'8" Josh Giddey
You're selling
on the
me.
court together. I mean, that would be really good size. No, I don't
With
think
Jalen Smith, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
I'll run that.
I don't think that he's really a defender. Like, he's not using that length to create on offense. He can put the ball on the floor a little bit, and I'd be excited to see him kind of try to expand his game in that way with the Bulls, because he's just not asked to do that. He's a floor spacer. He's the weak side. You are in trouble if you try to pull over as a low man and leave me alone in the corner to try to guard Jokic. And that's what makes that team so dangerous. So I think he can do that at a very high level, and the Bulls need shooting and they need shooters. He is both of those things. So I'm not saying it's like a disaster by any means, but I just don't think that he's like turning into a star or turning into cap space that could become a star. And that's fine, because you're not getting that if you can't trade Zach either. And so I think this is a situation that, as we talked about, like, if the Bulls could get 2 second-round picks for Vooch right now, no, it is not like a good value deal. It's not helping you win, and it's not helping you like stock the cupboard in terms of draft assets for the future, but it helps you lose now, and it helps you improve the value of your pick. And it's just something that can kind of start to move you forward as an organization. And right now they're just stuck in limbo with having these guys. So like I said, I don't think it's like a huge win. Don't love it. But I think he becomes a more movable contract down the line. I think he fits with the timeline. I think he's got good size, rebounding, shooting. Those are all things you need. So I just think that in general, the expectations with any Zach or Vooch or Lonzo trade should not be very high. And if you can get a player that you could maybe, rehabilitate his value or turn his value up after playing in this faster paced system, like that's how you, as some people like to say, like get assets coming and going. Like you trade for a guy, you take on a bad contract, you get a pick, and you improve the guy's value to where you can trade him for a pick. And that's how they should be approaching this.
We all silly like the mayor.